What's up, friend? You are you interested in lack of skill? Yeah. Or maybe some suck. I'm just a new guy for the love of game. Wait, don't go. I know it's bad. Times have changed, but not by mad. Don't you know that games are my thing? Yeah, I know it's getting real late. Come on, look at me. I even do storytelling. Also, podcasts on great game subjects. Okay, yeah, I'm not a Markiplier or a PewDiePie. But hey, that's what makes me so unique, right? 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 Hello, and welcome to the Niko Show. Welcome, everybody.
It's the Niko Show. How are you, everybody? Oh boy, another live episode, another Niko Show podcast down. I get slower and slower at doing these. I just can't help myself because it's I just have such a fun time here on the NikoTheLegend channel where all I do is just talk to the empty void. But someone out there might be listening. Someone. It could be you. It could be me. Maybe I like to listen to the sound of my own voice. Maybe I'm just that much of a conceited prick. I like to go with that option. But hey, welcome everybody. This is episode 128 of the Niko Show. The road to 1,000 subscribers still continues, unfortunately. I say that wholeheartedly because no matter what I do on this channel, nothing seems to go my way. I thought we were on the right track on the last time we did this. That's right, episode 127 was also a, as I like to call it, a pity episode. That's right, a pity episode. And what does that consist of? Lots of pity. It's pretty much straightforward. Because I'm so close to 1,000. I mean, I was, after the last stream, I was 7 subscribers away. And then guess what happened in between then and now? I lose 2 subscribers. I don't know what to do anymore. It's like I make videos, nobody gives a shit. They almost get 1,000 views, nobody gives a shit. It's like, I get all these likes on these videos, but the average view time is like 30 seconds. I'm like, what do you guys even click the video for? I wish I knew what is the reason why they don't watch the whole video. But they don't, nothing lets me know. I just see this, average view time just through the shitter. But people are finding it. It's like I can't win. It's either it's quality over quantity or quantity over quality. I can't have both ever. You know, it's like either have one nutsack or the other nutsack. I can't have both nuts. It's just not fair. But anyway, this is what the pity episodes are. This is what they're going to be until I reach that 1,000. And, maybe with your help today, maybe we get some newcomers, or maybe we get some returning subscribers that will come into the stream today and say hello. And if you're one of those people out there that are listening on podcasts, which is, I'm on Spotify, I appreciate it. Hey, it means a lot. Of course, you'll see this posted, links down below, wherever you can find the Niko Show, of course. I do like doing these, but at the same time, I don't like doing these because, the diminishing returns, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's pretty hard for everybody. And usually, when it comes to stuff like this, you just call it quits. But hey, I'm not making any money or losing any money, maybe just time, but what's an hour out of my day, right? If I was losing money, that's a different story. I would definitely change up the strategy. But, I don't make any money off of this. I make more money off of streaming on Twitch than streaming on here. Which, maybe, I don't know. Maybe I should do that. Maybe I should go just stream on Twitch only. I used to be able to stream on both platforms, and that worked out perfectly. Worked out very nicely. Because, hey, I get the best of both worlds, and I'm not trying to double dip here, although it may look like it. Listen, I barely talk to anybody as it is on Twitch or on here. For anybody who does stop by, I appreciate it. But, in the grand scheme of things, it's really nothing. It's very, very minuscule. So when I double dip, it's more like just the tip. When other people double dip, like big-time YouTubers, for some reason, they have to go on another streaming platform to make more money off that. It's like they just can't get enough. I don't understand it. Just stick to one platform if you're already successful. I don't know. I understand if, I get it. YouTube sucks. I get it. Twitch sucks. And there's not many other great sites out there. Maybe Rumble, maybe BitChute or something. But you never really hear anybody talk about that in common conversation. It's really just on the need-to-know basis with those platforms. But I digress. I digress indeed. So, yeah, like I said, welcome everybody. This is episode 128. Now, this is usually these are pretty chill podcast episodes. We're kind of, we're just hanging out, just having a good time. If you guys have anything you want to chime in on or talk about, hey, feel free anytime. If you're just listening, I appreciate that. Or watching me at the moment, or, sometime down the road you check out this rusty old soul archive of the Niko podcast that I've been doing for about, I don't know, 3+ years now. And I'm only on episode 128. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Am I right? But our main topic today, let's get down to the nitty gritty. I know. I'm NikoTheLegend, well-mannered teenager, the snowflake, and rambling idiot individual. Emphasis on rambling idiot. I've been called many nicknames before, much more than what I just listed. But, I go with the highlights here. The main topic today is going to be as simple as this. What makes a video game great? So, you can let me know anytime in the chat, or we can wait till that topic comes to arises, near the end of it's going to be the last part of the stream. That's, we save the best for last. So before, we are going to talk about 2 gaming news articles, what's happening around the internet on gaming stuff, if you guys care. If not, well, you're just going to have to sit back and chit-chat, enjoy, or, I don't know, play with your ding-dong a little bit, who knows. Get a divorce with your wife. Hey, if I'm in the background, that's happening. Exactly my point. That's all I got to say. All right, I have to see if the chat's working too. We're doing this in real time. Avina official says play Madden. I don't understand. Why would I play Madden? Oh, is that what you think is a good game? I don't know about that. Madden's pretty much doo-doo pie in the past 10 years. When was the last true good Madden? Like 2004, 2005? Ugh. Jeez. That series needs to die already. But hey, welcome Avina official. And Vina, I'm sorry to butcher the name. How are you? Welcome. Feel free to chime in anytime you want. We are just hanging out. We just got started here. Oh, man. I didn't show my face today because I had bad allergies earlier, and I kind of look like crap. I don't have my makeup on. So, well, I put on my PNG costume on. So, of course, if you're listening to this on Spotify, you can't really, see that, so it doesn't really matter. But anyway, yeah, we're going the PNG tuber route this time. So, yeah, it's fun. I don't have to turn the camera on. I'd like to get some special guests back on here. We haven't had Carolyn on the show in a while. She's just been so darn busy. I mean, I'm just glad that I got to do at least 3 episodes with her. She is the co-host, but she's like the celebrity co-host where she makes an appearance. It's like finding, I don't know, what's the rarest Pokemon you ever found in Pokemon? It's kind of like that's how it is. But when she's on there, it's always a good time. So I recommend checking that stuff out too, those episodes. Although I should probably put with Carolyn on there so people know which ones to really watch. Anyway, so I hope you guys are ready for tonight's episode. Like I said, we're just hanging out. We're just chilling. Who knows how long this will go for. It might go for the average hour, but, some of these episodes kind of go on for longer when you guys are involved and just hanging out with your wangs out. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Well, actually there is, but, luckily I don't see any of that garbage. All right, so I hope you're ready to start the show. I think I got the introductions out of the way. Hey, I live in Florida. It's actually decently cold, chilly, I should say, in March, and I'm happy about that. Keep those bugs out of here. That's too many Titus laughs. Sometimes it duplicates itself. It's kind of creepy. That's utter nightmare fuel. So I apologize for that in advance. Oh, God. It's fucking terrible. I miss doing these shows live. I really do. I really do. So, without further ado, like I said, we're going to be talking about what makes a video game great at the last part of the show. And then, right now, right now, we're going to talk about the 2 articles. I hope you're ready for that. So, if we blaze through these, that's fine. It's just build up the foundation here a little bit. So, this one is kind of funny to me. Well, besides the that being over. Why is that? That needs to be swapped around. Okay, there we go. There, now it's in the background. Okay, real time. All right, so this is just happening, and this is straight from the Federal Trade Commission website. You can't see the whole page, but this is it. This is it. So, I know some of the page is cut off, but bear with me, I'll read the title. So, apparently the FTC has finalized its order requiring Fortnite maker Epic Games to pay oh, I don't know, a whopping sum of $245 million for tricking users into making unwanted charges. This is, well, this has got to go along the lines of gambling and then, shady tactics and, free to play battle pass bullshit and all that. Yeah, I get it. I understand that maybe moms against, moms against, what is it called, microtransactions instead of moms against drunk driving. They're switching over. Moms against MCs. So yeah, that's pretty much what this is going to be about. So we'll go through this and we'll break it down as we read through it. So the Federal Trade Commission has finalized an order requiring Epic Games, the maker of the Fortnite video game, to pay $245 million to consumers to settle charges that the company used dark patterns. I feel like I'm in a Harry Potter game now. What the fuck? The dog wizards are at it again. The trick players into making unwanted purchases and let children rack up unauthorized charges without any parental involvement. Well, parents, it seems that Fortnite's not a rated E for everyone game then. Maybe you should have them, I don't know, not play the game anymore. Although, if you take Fortnite away from a kid, they might fucking KMS or something. Expect a lot of suicide notes. Oh, man. Oh, before we start, hey, if you guys like what you see today, feel free to subscribe to the NikoLegend channel. This is the pity episode. So close to 1,000. YouTube doesn't care. In a complaint announced in December as part of a settlement package with Epic, the FTC said that Epic deployed a variety of design tricks known as dark patterns. Okay, I guess we're just keeping it childlike. Aimed at getting consumers of all ages to make unintended in-game purchases. Oh man, this fight will never end. Fortnite's counterintuitive, inconsistent, and confusing button configuration led players to incur unwanted charges based on the press of a single button. Really? I don't know about that. That's kind of shady. I mean, I'm a big noob in Fortnite. I've only played a handful of sessions, and I mean, do these people not pay attention? Come on, there's no way they're gonna make it at the touch of a button. Oh, you bought it. I don't know about that. I mean, I haven't heard this on the Twitter web. I don't know. Have you guys? Let me know. The company also made it, let me know if this is something that you've seen and you play Fortnite and you're just like, it really is that easy. The company also made it easy for children to make purchases while playing Fortnite without requiring any parental consent. Guess what, folks? The parental consent starts as soon as stops as soon as the kids play the video games. That's when you should just, it's kind of like when your parents, when you see parents give like an iPad to like a kid, to shut them up in public and stuff. It's like, here you go, and then it's just like willy-nilly. Then they don't give a shit anymore. It's like, whatever, do what you want. You could be watching gay porn for all I care, as long as you shut the hell up. It's kind of like that with kids, right? Playing video games. Unless it's game rage. According to the FTC's complaint, Epic has also locked the accounts of customers who disputed unauthorized charges with their credit card companies. Oh, is that why Silicon Valley banks are crashing? No, I'm just kidding. Under the FTC's order, Epic must pay $245 million, which will be used to provide refunds to consumers. Really? All consumers? How is this going to work? The order also prohibits Epic from charging consumers through the use of dark patterns or from otherwise charging consumers without obtaining their affirmative consent. Okay, right. There's usually like a two-step process. You press buy, and then it says, "Are you sure?" There you go. Additionally, the order bars Epic from blocking consumers from accessing their accounts for disputing unauthorized charges. Okay. After receiving 5 comments, the commission voted 4-0 to approve the complaint in order against Epic in the responses to the commenters. 4-0. 5 comments? What? As part of a separate settlement? Also, it's a little vague on the details there. Also announced in December, Epic agreed to pay $275 million penalty to settle FTC allegations that the company violated the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act rule. Oh, God, not COPA. Ugh, God. That's COPA. Have you ever read like the script for COPA or heard about it? Oh, my God. It's like fucking hieroglyphics. It's archaic. It's invented in the 90s, I think. It needs to be updated, for Christ's sake. Consumers who believe they may have been injured by Epic's practices can visit ftc.gov/Fortnite for more information on the refund process. The Federal Trade Commission works to promote competition. Okay, we don't care about that. So, hey guys, Are you getting bullied by dark patterns on these free-to-play games? I mean, think about it. This is when okay, there's two sides to this, right? Sure, if what they say is true, and if you're a person that has played a bunch of hours in Fortnite, hey, let me know wherever you damn well please on if it really is this easy. Is it super easy to buy these things with one button, right? Just boom, that's it. I mean, what else? How else are you gonna buy it? I mean, you still have to whip out the wallet. I mean, get the approved here and there and other steps. I don't think it's as easy. So here's the other thing. As a parent, you should do your research on whatever game your kid wants to play, just so you're in the need to know. I mean, at least not like maybe not every game they do, but just kind of keep up with the times. Like, okay, there's free-to-play games. I know all about free-to-play games in general. They like to do these battle passes or microtransactions or whatever. Hopefully, I pay attention, and I should pay attention to my kid doing that. If I see some charges there. Honestly, I don't think kids would really complain unless they're spending their own money, but if they're spending mommy and daddy's money, they don't fucking care. The parents should be caring, but also at the same time, the parents should be like, hey kids, I'm taking my credit card information off the game. I think it could be as easy as that. I don't think there needs to be, I mean, I don't know how many complaints this has gotten. I don't fucking know. Morganite, what's up? How are you? Morganite, are you one of the people that got scanned by Fortnite and you just easily bought something on there without even your consent? What is going on? Oh, I like to know. I don't know if you even play Fortnite. Or hey, if there is an example of any game that you have bought, anybody out there listening, if you bought anything without your consent on here, just click of a button, let me know. I want to know. I don't think it has ever happened with me. I pay attention to that stuff. It also says that it's Fortnite's confusing menus. I mean, I wouldn't say it's so confusing to where I can't see where I need to go. I mean, the shop tab is pretty obvious. I think the only time I think people get confused is when a new battle pass comes out or a season, whatever you want to call it. And it comes up with the advertisement for it in front of your screen and you have to click past it. I think kids or people probably go too fast and maybe they accidentally click the wrong button and they buy the battle pass without even realizing it. But I don't think you just buy it and that's willy-nilly. I'm sure there's a confirmation page. Just like when you buy whatever microtransaction currency. Fortnite's been around for a long time. Why is this just now a problem? You see what I mean? Why is this... Are people just now noticing this type of problem? If it is a problem, I don't know. You guys let me know. I'm in a way I'm glad I grew up with gaming before it was online. Online gaming used to be really fun in the 2000s, and then the 2010s happened, and then they started charging everybody for everything. I didn't mind. I mean, the subscription thing for World of Warcraft back in the day was a thing, and then paying for gold and all that stuff. But you know what? I never really did that anyway. I think I paid for gold once on World of Warcraft. That was it. Out of the many years I have played that game, or off and on. But everything else, if it was online, like I was, playing Halo or Gears of War or Street Fighter and stuff. I mean, I never got cheated out of doing, sleazy stuff like that. And I played plenty of online games that had battle passes, had DLCs to buy, and all that shit. I've not once in my entire life have been cheated like that or scammed. Especially Epic. I played plenty of Epic games. I used to play Gears of War all the time. That was made by Epic Games for the longest time. I never got tricked. But they call it dark patterns. I don't know if that's a coin phrase. Is that a coin phrase? Waldar, what do you think about dark patterns in video games? Is that some deep Harry Potter language? Thanks for stopping by, Waldar. How's your Italian simulator? I played Uncharted 3 online for free on PS3. Yeah, I don't know. I showed this article to a friend of mine, and he's like, "Oh my god, I got so tricked to spending real money on a thing in this game. Oh man, I got so tricked." Oh man, how did that happen? I just whoops fell into I fell into the wallet. I fell into it. I fell in it, and the money came out. Yeah, they're calling it. Epic employed a variety of design tricks known as dark patterns. Yeah, they don't really emphasize on the dark patterns anyway. So yeah, the FTC is finalizing an order for Epic Games to pay money because of tricking users into making unwanted charges. So I don't think I've ever been tricked on making unwanted purchases. Morgan, I think you said you haven't. Walder, have you been tricked into making unwanted purchases for games? Let me know. But this is, I mean, this has got to be, I don't know. They don't give you so much like on the people that are saying this. Like, I mean, look how tiny this article is from the FTC. You think this would be more tight? Well, there is. Okay, hold on. There's an order here. Let's see this. Okay. This is the complaint. Oh, it's a pretty big one, isn't it? Oh, all right. This is the more detailed explanation. Oh my God, look at this shit. Oh, okay. Here we go. You guys, I know if anybody's listening to this on Spotify or just in their car or something, this is not gonna really help too much. Okay, I want to see. Okay, there's a picture here. Let's look at this together. Okay. So, let's start with here. We're on 26. This is page 5. If anybody wants to give a shit about this, how many pages are on this? Oh, I can just see it. 32 pages of information about this. This is a big complaint. Okay. What I really want to know is what it takes to get this stuff, and I'm pretty sure it's not as black and white as they're making. Okay. So we are looking at Epic has billed users for unauthorized digital currency charges. This is the stuff I want to see. So before we get into that, what does everybody say? Dark patterns sounds like something a character would shout during combat in a JRPG. Right? Dark patterns! Or it's some Harry Potter lingo shit. The game trading says, it's interesting how they're targeting Fortnite for it when there's plenty of other scammy companies doing this daily. Oh, I don't know, like anything EA makes? But hey, they're still alive and kicking. Oh, CD Projekt Red for doing like a big scam with Cyberpunk 2077? That was a bit sketchy, right? I mean, they did get a lot of lawsuits, and well, here we are. Now they're just the golden child of, best comeback game of all time, even though that piece of shit company lied to us about the fucking game the entire time. It's kind of like No Man's Sky. Oh, I forgive these people for stealing my money. You guys are cowards. Cowards! You raise your pitchforks at that. They're just not as big of a target for publicity. Okay. I get it. All right, so now we're getting into it here. Epic has billed users for unauthorized digital currency charges. I want to know the finite details here. Okay. In addition to charging parents and other account holders without authorization for kids' in-app activities, Epic has designed its in-game purchases flows in a way that makes it easy for users of all ages to incur unwanted charges. Okay. Take the purchase flow for cosmetics. Users can browse and view cosmetic items in the Fortnite item shop. Okay. If a user selects a particular item, Epic presents them with the various options, including the option to purchase the item, play the dance again, preview different outfit styles, or go back to the item shop. Okay. On mobile devices, the button to preview different outfit styles appear directly below the button or purchase items, as shown in the screen captured below. To preview styles, players must tap the button labeled Preview Styles with their finger. But in the process, a player instead taps the adjacent button labeled Purchase. Epic immediately deducts the cost of the item from the player's V-Bucks balance. On video game controllers, the button to purchase items is located immediately adjacent to the buttons for other common in-game actions. For example, on the standard PlayStation controller, the button to purchase an item, a square, is located next to blah, 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 blah. Okay. But if while browsing an item, if players accidentally bump the square button with their thumb, I have accidentally pressed buttons before, the wrong ones, but not while I'm looking at a store. Epic immediately deducts the price of an item from their V-Bucks balance. Okay. The button, okay, you know what? Hold on a second. I'm going to do this in real time. Shit. You guys can't see it right now. Oh, fuck. Okay, I'm going to do this right now. Okay, hold on. Hold on. I gotta do this through my PlayStation. You guys can't see it. Okay, but bear with me here. Okay, I'm gonna move the chat over here. If you guys see the chat, who cares? Oh, wait, no, you guys can't really see. Oh, I can see the chat, but you guys can't. All right, good. All right, we're gonna do this right now. I solemnly swear that I'm not lying when I do this. I want to see if this is actually true. Whoops, that's the wrong tab. All right, we're doing this in real time. I can't waste too much time on this because I wanted to get through some stuff here. Okay. I'm going to load up Fortnite. Entire business model of gaming is dark patterns. Yes. Nowadays, especially. Didn't they need to give people money after they bought Cyberpunk on PS4? Yeah. I believe so. Okay, I'm logging into Fortnite right now. I know this sounds kind of stupid to do because you guys can't see it, unfortunately. I don't have it installed on my PC. But just I wouldn't lie about this. If I manage to just waste money, whoops. Okay. So I'm going to go do what they're doing. I'm going to go to a thing. All right. So I have to buy V-Bucks. Okay. I'm going to go buy something really cheap. All right. Here we go. First, I'm going to buy V-Bucks. I don't care. It's fine. I wish you can just buy cheap stuff. Okay. It's $8. Whatever. I don't care. Okay, I'm going to purchase. Okay, here's the thing. Okay, hear me out on this. When you're buying V-Bucks, okay, the transaction, you have to, if you don't have enough money, you have to go to the item you want. This is an example of how to do it. One of them. I'm going to go to this emote. That's 200 V-Bucks, right? I click X, and then it shows the screen like how you see it right now on your screen. That's what it looks like. But for me, it says get V-Bucks or gift to friends, right? Okay, so I'm going to get V-Bucks. I click X or press X, and then it comes up with the V-Bucks menu. Okay, so if I press X on any one of these, it doesn't instantly buy it for me. So I'm going to press the 1,000 V-Bucks, right? That's $8. Okay, and now I'm up to the screen where it describes what the V-Bucks are, blah, 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 it shows the item. Now, to purchase it, I have to hold X for the V-Bucks, okay? So, I can't just press X accidentally. Whoops. It doesn't matter, okay? I have to hold it down like it's an Ubisoft confirmation game. Climb the ladder in an Ubisoft game, I have to hold X. It's like that, okay? I'm going to hold X to purchase. Okay, now I'm on another screen. Now, if you can just confirm it yourself, if you guys want to do this on your own accord. Now it's asking me to confirm purchase. It popped up with the PlayStation like, hey, this is the credit card you're using. This is what you're buying, okay? Now I'm going to confirm purchase. You ready for this? I'm doing this to see how this works. I am spending $8. Okay, I'll just go do gay porn tomorrow. All right, I'm purchasing. All right, we bought it. I just spent $8, okay? Just to prove a point here. Okay, now, bear with me here. Then after I do this, then we can go talk about the next thing. Okay, now I'm going to, well, now I should just buy a fucking character. Okay, hold on. Do they even have, sorry folks, bear with me here. Okay, they have a stupid Horizon Zero Dawn heart emote, whatever, I'm going to do that. Okay. You see, okay, here, look at this. Okay, you can't look at it. Okay, I kid you not. Okay, you know what? Ah, shit. I can't take a picture. Fuck. I mean, I can. Oh, okay, all right, hold on. All right, I'm going to do this. We're going to do this in real time. This is great. I love doing this live. This is funny as shit to me. Okay, I'm going to take a picture, and I'm going to post it in Discord. And then I'll switch over. And I'll show you the Discord message. All right, this is it. Okay. Now, I want you to show something I want you to notice something different in this picture, okay? Look very carefully at the purchase options and notice and look back and forth from the PDF file that we see. I'll bring it closer so you guys can see it. Okay, so that's what we're looking at, right? Okay. All right, so Oh, crap. Where'd the chat go? All right, there. Okay. Now, I'm going to post it in Discord. And whatever. Doesn't matter where I post it, but I'm going to post it. This to show you I'm not fucking crazy here. Okay, so it's posted. All right, I got it. Now, here we go. I'm going to switch back here. I'm going back to the computer. This is actually kind of fun to do. All right, I might skip on the second article because who cares? Because this is taking up a while. Taking up some time. Okay, I'm going to load up Discord. Now, this is a big deal here. I'm going to save this image. Save this image here. Where did it go? Damn it. God damn it. Oh, open in browser. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. You see that? Oh, you don't see it? Hold on. Okay, actually, no, it doesn't matter. Okay, this is me right here. I just took a picture of this. Okay? Okay, you see this? What's different here? Look at the purchase right here. I have enough V-Bucks. I could purchase it. Look at that. Look at that carefully, right? Okay, now we're going to go to what the thing shows for the FTC. You ready? Okay, 1, 2, 3. What's different about this is the phone one, isn't it? Oh, crap. This is the phone one. Wow, shit. Okay, but still, I think this still holds up. So, but here's the thing. It's saying, for example, okay, we'll go back to this. Hold on. There's mine. I have to hold down the X button, okay, in order to actually buy this. On phone, apparently, you don't have to hold down, but on this, it says, for the PlayStation, it says, for example, on the standard PlayStation controller, the button to purchase the item is square, or it's not square, by the way, it's X. So this article is lying to me. Is located to the buttons to take other common actions. So, if while browsing an item, players accidentally bump the square button with their thumb, Epic immediately deducts. That's such horseshit. I have the proof right here. You can't do that. You have to hold. It's not even square. It's X. They don't even know. Are you kidding me? You have to hold down the X button to buy it. You can't just go, whoa. You can't do that. Oh my God. FTC just tried to scam us. Oh man. All right, there you go. I wanted to do that. That was our mental exercise for today. I hope you enjoyed. Oh my gosh, they couldn't even get the purchase button right. Who wrote this fucking complaint? What a bunch of assholes. Holy shit. This would not hold in a court of law at all. Your Honor, I believe you purchased with X, and I rest my case. Uh-oh. Your Honor, with that, I like to add that you have to hold down the X button to purchase if you have the V-Bucks. And if you do, you still have to hold the X button, and it's not square. And you don't just accidentally bump into it. You will not buy it. Your Honor, I rest my case. Boom. Oh my goodness, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. We did that in real time, folks. I just proved the FTC wrong. All right, I'd like to thank me, and, Chris Rock, and Louis C.K. Oh man, I feel better about this. Okay, so once again, we'll look at the picture. Boop, there's Niko. Boom. All right. Did you guys have fun on that? Wow, that was really fun, guys. Wow. And Vina, tell them parents to work hard. Kids need games. You know what? I agree somewhat on that because parents don't really know what they're doing with their kids anyway half the time. They're just like, hey, here's game. Shut up now and go play. Oh, why'd you spend all this money? I don't know what you're talking about, Mom. Oh, you bought this thing without my permission. I'm like, well, you gave me a game. I don't know anything about this game, and I wanted a thing. Maybe you shouldn't have just given me a thing and just pretend like everything's okay. Good one, Mom and Dad. Anyway, so, yeah, in the end, how do you guys feel about this? I think this whole thing is bullshit. It is. I can't believe it. this is a brand new complaint too, and they said to purchase an item is square. Maybe that's why they don't show a picture of it. All right, that's enough of that. It's gotten too much daylight here. All right, and here's a really funny article. You ready? GameStop reportedly cancels all in-store Resident Evil 4 Collector's Edition orders. Oh, isn't that a shame? Wow, GameStop, way to go. Oh, man. I actually had a friend who was pissed off about that because he actually ordered the Collector's Edition for RE4 Remake. Oh, GameStop. Oh, online orders are reportedly unaffected. Oh, God. Dude, are you fucking kidding me? Oh, God. This is so sad. I don't think I've ever heard GameStop having an issue like that, but this is GameStop we're talking about. So what I'm going to do is that I already pre-ordered the RE4 Remake Standard. You can't get the Deluxe Edition. You have to do that digitally. But luckily, Capcom usually puts the digital contents, the Deluxe stuff, separately, I think like a week after, because they want to get all the money as they can. And then they, this is their shady business tactics. And then they sell it separately. So yeah, I'm just gonna wait on that. All it is just treasure maps and costumes, but it's $10. Also, you get to swap the remake soundtrack and get the original soundtrack too, which is always fun to do. I always like doing classic runs on the RE2 remake because they added like classic RE2 models of Leon and Claire, and then you get the not the models, you get the music and stuff, which is cool, the classic music. I like that a lot when they do that. They gave you those classic outfits for free too, which I thought was dope. Anyway, that's enough about that. Oh man, that tricky work for a frog, right, Morganite? So, are you guys ready for the main discussion? And this is something I'd like to hear from you guys wholeheartedly. I like to have a whatever kind of discussion, something on the more meaningful side. If not, whatever. Look at me. Look at me, I'm dressed up as a frog, for fuck's sake. I just spent $8 in Fortnite just to prove a point here. I did it real time for you guys. And what does YouTube give me? Absolutely fucking nothing. Fuck you, YouTube. That's right, I'm talking to you. Hey, thanks for the likes. I appreciate everybody who's watching right now. Hey, if you like what you see in the the Niko show, feel free to follow me on here. Check out my Discord and my OnlyFans feet pics. Oh, those aren't very good. Those don't exist yet. And you're always welcome to hear me out on Spotify. All the dinks will be down below. So I appreciate it. Now, the main discussion of tonight, actually I can get rid of, I can restore the chat right here. Now, the main discussion for, okay, chat. You really just get rid of it. Hello, all right, there we go, we're back. I just wanted to get that. Now, the main discussion for tonight, folks, is what makes a video game great? I know. It's very general, very generic thing to talk about. But I think it kind of goes hand in hand with what we just talked about video game pre-orders getting canceled and FTCs not doing their homework or research and bullshitting an entire complaint and having a company charge having a company get charged for apparently nothing. These are many things that add to they add to the pile of let's just call it, just stick on this line of reasoning, dark patterns. To me, dark patterns in a video game is just, well, the honest bullshitting. That doesn't make any sense, does it? But bullshitting that we can all agree on. All right. Now, what does that entail of? Well, shady tactics like battle passes, maybe. Microtransactions. Maybe an incomplete game. Maybe anything you can think of, really. Anything that when you play a game and you're just getting that sour taste in your mouth right away. Now, if you look in the background right here, there are some pretty good games that have changed many of the gaming landscape today. Whether it be in the best way or worst way possible. I'd say majority of them did it in the best way possible. And these are games that I have come to appreciate very much throughout my life as a gamer, as a coomer. And they remind me of the simpler times, the good old days. Now, I'm not saying these games exactly, specifically behind me, but I'm just saying, these are games that maybe many of us have played for thousands of hours or hundreds of hours. It doesn't matter. You probably had a good time with it. Don't you miss those days? For the most part, don't you miss all that? Like how it used to be. I remember the good old days when I took a shit and it went sploosh and then I flushed. Nowadays, it's hard to flush any type of garbage down the drain without even realizing it. I mean, you can't do it. It's so hard to flush shit down the drain these days in the gaming landscape. I mean, these people are out there to make your life and your wallet a living hell without even you realizing it. And we can't help ourselves sometimes on wanting to do that. Wanting to buy these games that we thought are going to be great, and turns out they're not that great. I mean, it happens. It happens to the best of us. Sometimes when we try to do our research, nowadays we have to do our research. We have to pay attention. We have to look at the price tag. We have to do our research. We have to see what the game is completely all about, because nothing is sacred anymore in the modern gaming landscape. Unless you're one of the few out there. I'm just talking about in the grand scheme of things. Overall, people could, I think many of us can come to an agreement that the gaming landscape, modern gaming, is crap. It is not kind of, but really, really, really bad. And I think that's something that, I mean, there are many ways to counteract that. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about what makes a video game great. Oh, for me, I'll raise my hand on this. We'll start with me. And you guys can chime in anytime you want on what makes a video game great to you. Anything at all. It doesn't matter. You can make a whole list. You can say one thing or whatever, right? For me, what makes a video game great is transparency. I like what you see is what you get. Back in the day, I let my imagination run wild as a kid. When I was a wee lad, I had two older brothers, and I pretty much played whatever was in front of me. I wasn't old enough to buy my own console. I didn't have a job or money for the longest time, not until I was 15. But I had an original Nintendo. We shared it with my brothers and stuff. I had an Atari, and I had a Super Nintendo. I was pretty much spoiled big time with gaming consoles, but that's just how it was. I couldn't do anything about that. And I got to see what video games were all about. I got to see these adventures with these characters that, I like to go on, and whether it be hard or easy, it was still, still an adventure nonetheless. And I kind of got an idea of what the gaming landscape was about as a kid. Like I said, imagination was running wild. I played these games over and over and over again. It didn't matter. I was addicted to this stuff. And I wish, and there's only so few games that still give me that same childlike feeling, right? I know, as you get older, you kind of seen it all, you've done it all. But there are still games out there that they still give me that, that warm, fuzzy feeling of like, this reminds me of my childhood a little bit. This is good. I could sit here and jam out to this. And there's probably still plenty of games out there that do that. But in the grand scheme of things, not so much, The ones that still... The people that still make great video games, it's a dime a dozen. They are the outlier. Before, I would say, you know what? I would say the majority of games back in the day were done, well, my personal experience, that's what I'm going to go with, has been good. There have been some stinkers along the way, but see, not stinkers so bad to where I don't even want to play the fucking game anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's interesting. My experience of playing a good game, of course, I always want to go back and play it. But you know what? Even back then, when it was a bad game, when I was a kid, maybe I didn't know any better. Maybe I was just, ignorance is bliss. It doesn't matter. To me, I still play bad games when I was a teenager. I mean, bro, I 100% Sonic 06 for fuck's sake. And I even realized how terrible that game was until Game Grumps did a whole series on it. I really had no fucking clue. I mean, I had an idea, but at the same time, I was like, wee, right? I don't know why I had rose-tinted glasses on. Sonic 06 was a fucking shit show. But I'm just saying, I guess I had ignorance is bliss there. But like, my point is that we would still play these bad games. We would still somehow, some way have a decent time. Because you're still playing the game. You're not playing a game that nowadays when you play a bad game, it's not just because the game wasn't finished. It's because of A, B, C, D, all of the above. Back in the day for me, when I played a bad game, it was just A. It was just an incomplete game. Or it was just not a good game. Because maybe the developers just did a poor job, right? Not because it had sleazy, dark patterns or sleazy business practices of like microtransactions. The game wasn't long enough, or it was too hard, yada, yada, yada. Like the shit you see nowadays, nobody fucking cared about that back in the day. There was games from the past that were notoriously well known for being difficult or just terrible. But you consider them the best of the worst. But I would take any of those games from the past that I tried and maybe didn't like. Any day of the week over the games that have come out now. You still wanted to, yeah, exactly. Advina was right. Bad game or not, you still wanted to beat it. There was like this weird sense of like, you know what? Defining a bad game is everybody has their own opinion on. For me, a bad game is just maybe something with the gameplay mechanics or something, right? Or maybe it's just too hard. I could easily say the original Battletoads on the Nintendo is a bad game because it's impossibly hard, especially on co-op. But hey, that's my reason. Maybe I could say it's a good game because it is impossibly hard to beat. I don't know. It's different. But anyway, for me, it's not hard. I like a game. For me, a good game to be great. Now, going back to the main thing of what I think a game is good is simple things. It's the story. Do I like the story? I like fun gameplay mechanics. I like something that can offer me something that's fun the entire time. Like the gameplay loop has to be there. So what's an example for me that has a great gameplay loop? Super Mario World is a prime example of a fun gameplay loop. Here's the thing. That game is always throwing shit at you. Mario games do that. That's why they're so iconic. That's why they're like the godfather of video games or platforming. No, Waldar. Dang it, Waldar. We're talking about what makes a video game great. Do you not see the title? That's it. You got a Tita's laugh. Been here for almost an hour and you still don't know. Although, to be fair, you are working, so I get it. But anyway, we're talking about what makes a video game great. So, Mario World is one of those things where the gameplay loop just throws stuff at you constantly. It's just like you play the level, you don't know what to expect. Something's coming off of the screen at you, and you're like, oh, you gotta stay on your toes. You're always alert, and it's like, oh man, I like the way this feels. I like the way I can just jump on this guy and he dies. There's no, the only fault is my own if I die or something. It's as simple as that. It's so simple. It's the purest sense. That's all we want. Now we skip ahead, and you know what? Dark Souls, right? Many people complain about how bullshit Dark Souls is because, I just do the same swing attack pattern. I hit a thing. And it doesn't matter how much I hit it. This enemy will just hit me in this certain animation. It doesn't matter. It's janky. It's this and that. So what? It's like, it can still be a fun game. Like, this is probably the person that likes to play Skyrim or Oblivion or something, right? Those games, so many people love Skyrim, Oblivion, or Elder Scrolls games. Have you seen the gameplay combat for that? You're just swinging the entire time. But hey, did I give a shit? No, because I was having a blast playing it. There was always something beyond the horizon, always keeping my attention afloat. And that's what I like about a video game, is keeping my attention afloat, where I'm not just the entire time. Like, there should always be something new and interesting. Breath of the Wild does that for me too. But anyway, when I was a kid, it was like that with these old games. These games were great when I was playing Mega Man, when I was playing The Legend of Zelda, when I was playing Mario, Street Fighter, whatever. It doesn't matter. I mean, these games in the background are prime examples of my childhood. Pokemon, it was that breath of fresh air, it was that sense of adventure, that curiosity. You had it, you wanted it. Whether it be a good game or bad game, you just wanted to keep going. There was something about it. Because like I said, if it's a bad game, maybe it was an honest bad game, right? An incomplete, broken game, janky. Like I said, video games aren't easy to make. So, people they only had so many skills and technology back in the day to make a game. It's not easy at all. So it doesn't matter. People still found ways to enjoy it. And yeah, and nowadays when you play a good game, it's hard to be impressed. Because nowadays, when you want to play a good video game, you have to do so much work, so much groundwork. Unless it's a company I wholeheartedly have faith in. I always believe Nintendo makes dope-ass first-party games like Mario and Zelda. I always, like Obsidian. I always think Obsidian makes some great games. I don't think they've made one bad game. Hey, guess what? A bad game could be considered Knights of the Republic 2, which sounds sacrilege, but I'm talking about because that game was incomplete as shit when it came out. Hey, guess what? I beat it 3 fucking times when that game came out. And I was like in my I was a teenager around that time, early teens, and I had an idea that the game was incomplete because you could definitely tell. But it was still a fucking great time. And then so many people saw that the game was bad like that. They still played it. They made a mod to complete the content in it. Boom. There you go. It was an honest bad game because guess what? They were rushed development. It's not that the developers were making a bad game on purpose. It's not like they had to put microtransactions in it. That was the problem. Or a battle pass or, bring out a game every year like a fucking Call of Duty or a Pokemon game. No. It was just rushed development and that's it. But the developers themselves tried their best, and that's you can appreciate. It's what is it? When a chef makes food, right? If his heart's into it, you can tell when you're eating good food. When the chef is in a good state of mind, right? It's kind of like that with game development. When the developers are having a great time, they put their hearts and souls into it. Whether it be a bad or good product, you can still feel it. It still, echoes within you. It's still, everything kind of just clicks no matter what. And it's the same thing with a chef. Whether he made a bad dish or a good dish, he still put his heart and soul into it. A for effort, right? If the A for effort is not there, if it's anything below that, hey, which is how it is nowadays. But anyway, Tetris was a great game in my opinion. Hey, Tetris is a great game. There's a reason why people still play it. Look in the background. Tetris 99. They did a battle royale for Tetris, and it fucking worked. It's actually kind of fun. That's a simple premise. That's something so easy. How come a game like Vampire Survivors, and I think Chibo made a good point about this, which I'm impressed, Chibo, if you're out there listening. Chibo, or Pesticon, I was streaming on Twitch earlier today. He said, how come a 8-bit or 5-bit game like Vampire Survivors just sweeps or just floors whatever AAA Studios brings out to this day? How come Vampire Survivors was like one of the best games to have come out in recent times? I played it. It's pretty fun. Not my cup of tea, but there's so many people playing that game. People were flocking to it. You know why? Because it reminded them of simpler times. And simpler is always better. As they say, less is more in this, especially in this context. I was playing a game called Dungeon Encounters, and it was the most non-bullshit, most purest sense, like JRPG tabletop, like skin and bone game of all time ever. But hey, I was still having a decent time. You could watch the hour stream on it on Twitch. It's an interesting game. It's called Dungeon Encounters. The guy who made the ATB system for Final Fantasy made that game. So anyway, okay, so Walter says I'm at work, so attention is split. I appreciate it. No problem. Thanks for being here. I think especially when drawing from most recent examples, a great game is one that has simple and easy to understand mechanics. Yes! And no forced tutorials. Tutorials suck. I'm looking at you, Final Fantasy VIII, and that's from the fucking 90s, and I hated that shit. Easy to understand mechanics that are explored and exploited to their limits as a challenge. Yes, and guess what? Mario Brothers follows that prime example. The first level of Mario Bros. Shigeru Miyamoto even talks about it. He's like, this is the tutorial level. But you don't know it's a tutorial level because it's very surfaceable, right? You go, you play the level, boom, you know how to play Mario. Wow, that was easy. Anybody can fucking play the first level of Mario. It's fucking child's play. But the message is there. The message is there. And then the challenge gets greater and greater. It's genius. And you could still do that to this day. You could still make that a thing. When it's a nice natural progression. People like that. People like me. People like it. So, Walder says, Cyber Shadow, Pizza Tower, Dome Keeper, good examples of great fun games from within the last couple years. Wow, you were just playing Italian Tower and Dome Keeper recently. Cyber Shadows, oh yeah. These are not overcomplicated or loaded with 9,000 plus hours of content or anything of the sort, which it doesn't need to be. It just needs to be a game that's fun. A game that's just fun. God damn it. Like, these people do not know the word of fun. And it's not always their fault. Nowadays, the publishers are so AIDSy. I mean, EA Games has always been a piece of shit company since they've became a gaming company. They've shut down so many studios. They don't even know what the fucking thing fun is, really. I feel like if you're a developer working with the publisher EA, you have to trick them to thinking it's going to be this whole microtransaction loot crate shit. Oh yeah, ha ha ha. And then they make the game and it's amazing. So, Overwatch was fun and great until Overwatch 2's to hemorrhage. Money from... Yeah! You know what? Speaking of Blizzard, if Diablo 4 is not a fun game, if I feel like they are cheating me out of my money, if I feel like it's not a Diablo game, if I just get that sour taste or that discomfort, like I'm selling my soul to the devil, right? Which you kind of do when you play a Blizzard game these days. It's been like that for the past decade, to be honest. StarCraft 2 was, like, to me, the last good Blizzard game. Well, I guess you could say Overwatch 1, but I don't, whatever. StarCraft 2, and to me, was the last good Blizzard game, to be honest. Well, people could argue Hearthstone. They could say Overwatch. They could say whatever, but I don't know. D3 was, like, the first strike for me. But anyway, D4 is going to be the last strike, and that's what I'm saying. I hope I feel the hearts and minds of the people that put a lot of time and effort into these games. I hope D4 is that example of what I'm trying to point I'm trying to prove here on what makes a video game great. Unfortunately, it will have a battle pass because it's Activision Blizzard, but I'm hoping that it's still a great game. And if it is, great. I'll keep playing Blizzard games. If not, this is the last straw. So anyway, Vampire Survivors is a good example of a simple, fun game, too. It's already being cloned by so many developers out there. And that's what it is. And guess what? If you haven't played it, or maybe you're not interested, it doesn't matter. Zelda Breath of the Wild, the point is that game was so influential, it inspired the Chinese company, Miyoho or whatever, to make Genshin Impact, Tower of Fantasy, and Breath of the Wild, the developers have patented the mechanics of what you can do in that game. Fucking Horizon Zero Dawn or Horizon Forbidden West copies Breath of the Wild. The fucking paraglider, for crying out loud. There's this other there's like this ship sailing island hopping game that looks like Breath of the Wild clone. But it's just like that. Nintendo even knows that people are trying to copy their methods and stuff, which is crazy. Nintendo still knows how to do that stuff, in my opinion. They still know how to make games fun. Because you know what they do? Despite their copyright crap and emulator bullshit and all this, that, they still know how to make a fun Nintendo game. Smash Brothers, count me in. Zelda, count me in. Mario, count me in. Donkey Kong, count me in. Metroid, count me in. Doesn't fucking matter. Mario Kart, count me in. Mario Party, count me in. Any first-party Nintendo game still blows my mind. Still a good time. Now, we look at other first-party titles, maybe not so much. Maybe on the Xbox. Look at Halo Infinite. Nope. That franchise is dead. Oh, where's Gears of War? Oh, I don't know. Where's Fable? Oh, I don't know. Hey, I like the Fable games, but people can probably argue that those are bad games. I mean, you can make that argument on any game. Never mind. It doesn't hold any water. But I think you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. It's just, what makes a video game great? And that's completely up to you. And I wish that developers would ask themselves that. What makes my video game great? What makes it fun? What makes it interesting? What makes it not fun? How do we add to this? How do we make it better? Or how do we make it, I don't know, not suck? It's an interesting question. Or maybe not so interesting. But it's just interesting to me because it's a very generic thing to ask. It's a very general thing, but it's such a basic question to ask. That's the thing why I ask it. It's the principle of the matter of how does a video game become great? What makes it great? And I think that's a big deal. I'm hoping in the next 5 years we won't see battle passes anymore. But the only way that's gonna happen, I know that's a fucking ha Titus laugh moment. But the only way that's gonna happen is if people stop buying battle passes. But I don't think that's tough. When your game's free to play, how could you not? But see, free to play games, I'm more forgiving on that. I don't. It's the games that aren't free to play that cost you like $70 and they still make a battle pass. Like, what the fuck is that, right? That's some fucking criminal shit right there. So, the Game Drain says, my opinion of what makes a bad game has changed a lot over time, though, since I've been playing a whole lot of different games over the years. Yeah, and, the definition of what makes a game good and bad, like with anything else with our opinions, or taste buds even, it changes as we get older. I just see this stuff as just a lesson for myself. If I buy a game and it sucks, like really sucks, and I'll return it. I don't return games often, but if it just sucks because of ABC, all the above, if it's not just because of one issue, it's every issue, yeah, I'll return the game. Before we go, let me give you a prime example of a game that could have been really great, but that obviously had some bad business practice meddling. Was a game called, which maybe you don't know, maybe you do know, Babylon's Fall. It really lived up to the name. I gave that game a shot, and I returned it a week later. That game was made by Platinum Studios, which Platinum Studios, their games are hit or miss for me. I actually don't really care for Nier Automata. I didn't think that game was that great. I think it was pretty generic and kind of boring. But that's neither here or there. Platinum Games made this game called Babylon's Fall. But hey, I still tried to beat that game 3 times, Nier Automata. Babylon's Fall, I didn't even want to beat it. That game, it didn't take me long to get rid of it. It was just covered in shit. Covered in shit. Not only that it had the worst battle pass, the game was ugly. There wasn't anything really to do in the hub world. It tried to have like a Monster Hunter type hub. Wasn't that great, not too intuitive, not too much customization. The combat's okay. The bosses were pretty fun, but very linear gameplay design and stuff. And it was just a bad game. And I think the main reason why it was a bad game too was the way they were trying to cash grab off of it, because they charge you full price for a game that isn't fun at all. It's not even like bad fun or like good bad fun. Good schlock? No, you don't even want to go through this. Yeah, I think, and that's what I say about, that's a game that's actually legit bad. And that's why the services are being shut down, because nobody is playing that crap game. Which is a shame, because I think Square Enix had a lot to do with why it sucked. It had some potential to it, but sayonara. So that's a prime example of why a game is bad. A good game would have been, I don't know, that game just the opposite of what I just said would have made it bad. And it's so crazy. It's so crazy that this is nuts. This is kind of crazy that game developers can't just go in and just make a game anymore. This is why publishers suck. I understand people need money and shit, but this is why indie developers just do Kickstarter projects and they just do their own shit. So they don't have to deal with any of that publishing bullshit, and they make great games. And I honestly think that developers should never have a publisher like that. Especially if you're going to a publisher that's EA or Microsoft. I'm like, what are you guys thinking? You're selling your soul to the fucking devil. It's crazy. Now, if it's a small-time publisher, okay, maybe not so bad. There are some good publishers out there. Yeah, there's some. I mean, Nintendo's a good publisher. I still think they do a good job publishing games and stuff. I never hear them doing sleazy business practice. They're just very strict, but you don't hear any of them, you know, fucking shit up like EA or any of those or Activision Blizzard. But anyway, listen, this is all subjective, right? I just wanted you guys to hear what I thought was a good game or a bad game, but mainly good game because we're talking about great, what makes a video game great. And then obviously, yeah, you guys will have your opinions on what you think makes a great game. So it's always fun to just talk about this stuff and just see what other people say and what you guys think of what I have to say, blah, blah, blah. Hey, you could just easily think I'm full of shit like that FTC complaint where I proved them wrong. It's not fair to call a hard game bad just because you can't beat it. Hey, that's what people said about Cuphead, and they thought that game was bad because it was hard. I think Cuphead's a great game. It has a very unique looking game. But, you know, to each his own. It's hard to give fair assessment to things that we're mad at, of course. No one thinks rationally when they're mad. It's tough to do that. You gotta take a deep breath when it comes to that. But, hey, I like hard games as much as the next person. You should see me play River City on stream. That game's pretty fucking hard. I may yell at the screen a few times here and there or get upset, but I still want to play it because it's like, this is the game. This is the game. I'm having a great time nonetheless. But anyway, folks, I appreciate it. We can go on forever on what makes a video game great. Just know that simpler is always better, and the less meddling, the better. That's what makes a video game great. I like a game with good music, graphics, story, gameplay, characters, all the things. Even if it doesn't have one of the aspects, maybe okay gameplay but good story and characters, I'll take that any day. So I'll read these comments from Waldar and then we'll end the stream because I'm gonna go play Final Fantasy 14. It's not fair to call a hard game bad. Oh right, but ones that are boring or specifically targeting an audience with an imitation of experience are definite qualifiers. Oh yeah. And you know what? If you have a brain or half a brain, you'll know when those games come. You'll know when they come. And it's always a darn shame when people fall for it. Every time. Hey, I've been a victim too of a bad video game. Quite the victim. No one likes a liar. Anyway, folks, that's going to be it. Oh my god, I'm sorry about the double Titus laugh. Oh no, make it stop. So folks, I have been your host, NikoTheLegend, also known as the well-mannered teenager, snowflake, rambling idiot, and vigil. If you did enjoy what you saw today, feel free to subscribe to the channel. This is the pity episode. This is just, we give Niko the chump change subscribers because, well, I was 7 away from 1,000 like a few weeks ago, and then I lost 2 for whatever reason. Probably whatever, you know, people unsubscribe to channels all the time. YouTube doesn't want to give me benefit of the doubt here. They don't want to give me anything in the SEOs at all. So, yeah, they suck. But if you're willing to give Niko a shot, I appreciate it. Check out the links down below. I'm on Twitch streaming. I got YouTube videos here. And you can hear me out on Spotify as well if you want to listen to my obnoxious voice. I appreciate it. So, thank you. The pity episodes will keep going until the road to 1,000 has been completed. But I can't do it alone. I can't do it alone. I need foot pics. What? All right. See you later, everybody. You have a great, great, great night. Goodbye. Don't fret, I'll be back to give you more of Niko. Why can't it be so to call me by my name? Please, friends, sing my song, for I need all of your help. I see so much greatness, you guys are all heroes. You are not alone. We share